Tomi Lahren, or Tomi Lahren, however you say it, says there's a rise of stay-at-home sons. I beg to argue, what about dependopotamus daughters?
Shots fired!
You don't want to talk about that. I got a banger from Matt Walsh. Let's get straight into it.
It's a major problem. And you know, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. They did much the same thing with quiet quitting, where you can go to work and do less. And if you call it quiet quitting, it's somehow better. But Laura, I got to tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates. People not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families.
You're a liar!
But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And therein lies a big part of the problem.
No. The biggest part of the whole problem is that 10% of women from the ages of 18 to 24 are on OnlyFans.
Shots fired!
Why don't we talk more about that? She missed out on all that. And it's so funny to me. This is why I talk about be the hero of your opportunities, not the victim of your circumstances. She wants to blame all the men for all these problems. If women were coming out in droves and wanted to be married, don't you think there'd be more married women? Typically, women control access to coitus, men control access to relationships. The best way to brainwash a man is usually between your scrambled eggs between your legs, your tuna tunnel, your gut locker, your bearded axe wound. It's the best way to get a man on your side, ladies. You ladies have been weaponizing coitus for years. This is nothing new. The fact that she doesn't mention at all how feminism has actually really been the problem of making women start to hate men. It's the disdain of men that's really ruined relationships now. Women have astronomically high standards, which most men can't even meet. Even the millionaires can't meet. Even if he's got money, he's got to be 6 foot tall, 6-pack, 6 inches, and other women want him. It's the mark of the beast, 666, by the way. It's the fact that most men can't even reach these unrealistic standards for the most mid women.
Shots fired!
We've come to a place in society now where women that are 5s and 6s at best think they deserve 8, 9s, and 10s in men. It doesn't work like that. You attract what you are. Life is a mirror, not a window. You don't just get to, get the guys at the finish line when you're a regular mundane girl. What happened to the good old days? When a woman that kind of knew her level of picking would go get a man that was on her level and build with him. That's why I always say, men and women, ladies and gents, you got 2 options. You're either a peasant, you build your kingdom together and you reap the rewards of your hard work. You become a king as a man, she becomes a queen as a woman. Boom, great. You built your dynasty in your kingdom. Awesome. Kudos to you, great. Or you can be a guy that goes and builds his kingdom on his own fruition, does it by himself, and then he has his princess and shares her amongst his concubines. You really get to pick. But ladies, you get to pick as well. You can go build with a man and become a queen, or you can go find a man that's already a winner and you become a concubine or a princess at best. So it's really up to you to pick.
Now, I've often talked about the vacation of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to, I think, about 55, maybe even 60.
So basically every single man, unless he's your grandpa or he's in high school. Come on, bro. Oh my God.
A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention.
Well, I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't know how to treat women. Here's the thing. We treated you with chivalry and then you ignored us. Men do what get results. Men are simple creatures. If we knew being nice to you would get us where we wanted to get, we would probably be nice. The problem is, though, is being nice to you really doesn't work that well. If it did, we'd probably do it. Chivalry is dead and women have killed it. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I believe chivalry is dead and women have killed it. Because if it still worked, men would still do it. Women like to say men are dogs. Yes, we are loyal. We're usually always happy to see you. We're always in a good mood. We'll do anything for you. Men are dogs. We could eat the same thing every day. But it's funny that women take zero accountability in this equation. You also have to remember, everything she could be saying could be true. But if you flip the words, all women are trash. Bro, that is just not the case. Not every apple can be bad. There might be a few in a batch. Hell, we just bought some grapes. There was a couple bad grapes in there, but you know what you do? Take the grapes out and you throw them away. You discard those, you don't think about them. You don't relate the few bad ones to the rest of the group. What this tells me is that Tomi Lahren, whatever, she's attracting the wrong caliber of man. She's marketing an argumentative, combative woman, and what men that are high value want a woman like that. Most men that are millionaires that are high value, when it comes to argumentative, masculine women, they're going to look at you and go, "How about no? I'm good. I'm not going to waste my time with you because you're going to be a piece of the problem and not my piece." Tomi Lahren, I don't know if she's single. Is she married? I don't even know. Let me see. Tomi Lahren, husband. JP Arancibia. Who's this guy? Is an American former professional baseball catcher. He is serving as the bench coach for the Syracuse Mets. He played in the MLB. They've been married since, was linked to fellow broadcaster and former Major League. Okay, on September 21, confirmed that she was engaged on an episode of Justice Judge Janine. They were married October of 2022. This is what I don't get. This is what I will never understand this. How women can be in full-blown relationships and be married and say all men are trash. Well, aren't you married to one?
Shots fired!
How dumb do you got to be? It's just like Drew Garofalo, or, as we would call her, Pot of Greed. They say all men are trash, but you're married to one. What about your dad? Is your dad trash? What about your brother? See, here at the Levi Nichs Show, we don't think all women are trash. There are a few bad apples. There are a few modern women that their standards are so astronomically high that they think they are eligible for men that are 8, 9s, and 10s. Once again, ladies, if he's good enough for you, he's good enough for a few. You gotta realize that. Social media has rotted women's brains. It's also rotted men's brains as well. It's made men feast on the lust, and it's made women feast on attention. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. But it's really, what's so crazy to me is social media was supposed to bring us together, but I think in reality it's actually divided us more than anything. It's wild.
Women have certainly come a long way, no longer feeling the need to put a ring on it due to social or cultural pressures. It turns out U.S. women are ditching the traditional idea of marriage and instead choosing to live their best single lives. And the proof is in the data. According to a 2023 Pew Research survey, almost half of U.S. women didn't view marriage as an important element of a fulfilling life.
That's crazy. Half of women didn't see that marriage was something that's important for a fulfilling life. That is wild to me. I hate to say this, but like, what else is there? To have a family, to have a partner, to have a significant other to create memories with, what else is there? Just to be alone and buy a bunch of toys? Is that what the meaning of life is? Like, dude, this is so odd.
I never ended up with a good guy until...
You know what that means?
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Until I figured out how to truly love being single and doing things alone.
You're a liar!
I don't think we give enough credit to single women who love being single because there's still the whole childless cat lady trope out there.
Because you don't love being single, because the thing is you don't control relationships. Men do. You can't love doing something that you have no control over. No dude is cuffing you. How could you love that? It's like dudes being like, I love not having any girls that want to have sex with me, bro. Dude, you know how awesome it is to have my wiener dry constantly and have no girls want me? Dude, it's awesome, bro. No, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Men aren't going around bragging about how many women don't want to sleep with them. It's not a thing, dude.
Like, you can enjoy life alone. You don't need somebody to bear witness to your joy to make it exist.
Bro, then what else is there? What are you out there striving to do? What part of your life is more fulfilling than, having a family? Like, when you're old, you don't typically regret the things you did do. You regret the things you didn't do. Wrong button. So you're telling me you're going to be on your deathbed and you're going to be like super happy the fact that you never had a family and never got to build a legacy. You're just going to grow old by yourself and be happy with that. No.
You're a liar!
I don't buy it, dude.
Women on the right, covert feminists on the right, are constantly and consistently talking about how they need to have privilege in society. I want men. Their version of masculinity is men who take care of us, men who protect us, men who do all of this. Those are all duties that men have towards women. Great. What are the duties that women have towards men? What are the duties that women have towards anything? What do men get out of this arrangement? What are we getting out of this arrangement? Can you tell me?
I mean, you.
Well,
as
I
I
would
was going to
argue
answer
that
a
men
second ago.
innately
Well,
should be
I don't wanna
protectors and providers.
Hang on one second. Let Tomi
Most
respond.
men are born that way.
Let Tomi respond to that, and then I'll come to you, Jez. And then Sean, you've been waiting patiently. So
most men are born to be protectors and providers. I can't imagine my dad saying, you know what, to my mom, you know what, I'm not going to be a protector and a provider unless you do this. That's not how real men operate. Real men are protectors and providers, and they marry women who hopefully
great.
have
A
some
woman telling
virtue,
us what
but
real
also
men
bring a
are
lot
again.
to the
Great.
table as well, that are great mothers, great wives, caretakers of the home. There's nothing wrong with being a traditional wife and mother. You're misunderstanding me if you think that I think that women should just be out doing whatever they want. I think that there are gender roles that should be respected. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider you a real man.
I love it. Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. It's always this sign language, Chad. I don't consider you a real man. I'm a real boy. I mean, to Andrew's point, though, a woman's going to tell you what a real man is? Stop it, Tomi. Stop it. Loki, free. Sit. Wait. Free. Go to your place. So what I don't get with this whole Tomi Lahren situation. She's a man basher, but still married. Only women can get away with this stuff, dude. It's absolutely unreal. As a man, I say we love and celebrate women here. The goal of this channel is to uplift men and uplift women in the same regard. We have a matriarch currently on this channel that is all the mods. Melissa, Bree, I think those are the two mods. I mean, Cass when she can. But Melissa and Bree are very consistent. We have a matriarch when it comes to the moderators of this channel. We love the ladies, but we also love the ladies that are realistic, not the ones that are unrealistic. Let's hop into the Discord and see what clips you guys have for me today. Let's see. Oh, this looks like a satire one.
The reason that, I sleep with so many guys is because it's the only time I can really feel validation from a man. I mean, my dad told me every single day until he died that I was a failure of a daughter.
So you're getting closure by proving your father's point.
This is Dr. Victor Blaine, a therapist with a 1-star rating on Yelp, which he claims is because his clients can't handle the truth.
I mean, wow. That was good. So you're proving him right. All righty. What is this?
State your name and where you're from.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. State your name and where you from.
My name is Don Quisha, and I'm from Texas.
Don Quisha.
This gotta be satire, bro.
You from Texas?
Don
Quisha.
Quisha, yes.
I think I said it right the first time. Okay, what are you here to debate about?
All right, I want to debate who's more superior, the black man or the black woman? And I'm on the side of the black woman being more superior, and I know you on the side of the black man. So we need to go ahead and get it cracking, because I'm going to prove you.
Okay,
Yes.
so debates like that, what do you do?
I'm a black woman supremacist, and I promote and uplift the black woman by any means necessary. That's what I do.
Okay.
And as a black woman supremacist, this don't affect every woman. It's only for the black woman. What I speak about is specifically. You want me to call you, what is it, Brother Coolio?
Not Coolio. Coolio is, I believe, was a rapper. I'm not a rapper. That you want to debate about who's more superior, the black man or the black woman. You said that you are a black supremacist.
A black woman.
A black woman supremacist.
Yes.
Okay. All right, got to get that right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so explain to me why you think the black woman is more superior than the black man.
Okay, I'm going to start you here. I was trying to get my notes because I didn't know I was going to be on. I thought you said that the debate was Wednesday. So, hey, I just pay attention. Womb. That's the only thing I need to say. What makes the woman, the black woman, more superior?
I think this lady's straight. I think she's clowning. I think it's satire. Womb. Really? It's like going to a farmer and being like, what's more important, the seed or the earth that you sow it in? Well, without the seeds, I'm not getting nothing. We're equal, right? Like, we both need each other. We're better together, and together we're better. I don't get this whole division argument.
Weird.
So what is a woman?
A woman, I mean, oh my gosh, I have to get into it. Like,
Yes.
a woman basically is usually a person who is born with a vagina and the genitalia of what we typically would know as a woman.
Usually he's doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Yeah.
Usually?
It is. It's doing a lot of...
Because I know that there's people who
what is a woman? Like, when we point to a definition...
Heavy lifting, is he talking about her getting up out of that chair?
Shots fired! We don't say usually.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I know.
Because otherwise the definition doesn't mean anything. Right? Like if I said a camera's usually a component base that a camera had, but also an electrical board had, I'm not pointing at anything. So what is a woman?
A woman is someone who has a vagina.
Born with a vagina.
Yeah.
Wait, can I ask a clarifying question on that? So you're familiar with the term neo-vagina?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
What is this, The Matrix? And neo-vaginal?
Do you know?
But she said born with.
Oh, is that something like you...
Did she say born? I thought she was a woman with a vagina. Can you repeat it one more time?
I would say, yeah, a woman born with a vagina.
Oh, okay, fair enough. What's a woman?
Anyone who presents or identifies as a woman.
Your definition?
Right, I don't get what it is with modern women just handing out these women cards to everybody. Like, you can be a woman. You can be a woman. Where's the pride and dignity in being a woman? Dude, I love that my mom's a woman. Cass is a woman. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, why are they so willing to just give up anybody that identifies as a, this? What is an electrical engineer? Anybody that identifies as an electrical engineer, I guess. Like, where's the pride?
Has a vagina.
Women like this, at least, are like Oprah with womanhood. You can be a woman. You can be... No.
Same. Has a vagina.
Wait, just to be clear, transgender women can get a surgery that gives them what they would call a vagina. So
Now,
just want to clarify.
They wouldn't
when you
be
guys
biological, but they would be a woman, a transgender woman. And
so
I do
yes, that's what I'm getting to, because I don't consider the transgender surgery, what they do, the bottom surgery, that's not a vagina. So I just want to be really precise in our language here. Yeah. Are you saying a woman born? No,
that's a bearded wound.
Female with a vagina?
So a woman who's born with a vagina, and then a transgender who goes through the surgery is transgender woman. What other people want to call themselves and do, yeah, that's up to you to label.
Okay, so are you agreeing with her?
I'm agreeing with the same.
Okay, so a transgender woman is a woman.
I do see a distinction between the two, but they're both women.
Okay.
Bro, this is the whole inclusive language. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Bear Grylls in The Island, but they want everything to be so egalitarian. It's like, well, I want it to be equal. I don't want to make anybody mad. I want to be fair. I want to be... Dude, it's okay. It's okay to have an opinion and for other people not to agree with you. Like, that's fine. But what they don't realize is it's really a feminine trait to be agreeable. It's a masculine trait to be non-agreeable. So it's funny to me these women want to bask in their femininity, and a lot of them look more like men than some other people. Than some men, you know what I mean? But then they're being just as agreeable as they always say. It's just wild to me. It's wild to me. Come one more clip.
Do not want a poor man.
Why don't you want a poor man? Because you want him to, quote, provide for you, correct?
Because I've been taking care of everything my whole life.
The financial burden.
Yeah.
You want him to take off the financial burden, right?
Yes.
So if you want him to take off the financial burden, how much do you want? At least half, right?
Yes.
What do you think compensates him for eliminating 50% of the financial burden that you have that he's not responsible for?
It's not that I'm trying to give him half of my financial burden, but...
Literally, you are trying to give him half of your financial burden. What are you talking about? How are you not?
I'm looking for a partner, and I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals and that wants the same thing too. They want their best friend.
How are you not trying to give this man 50% of your financial burden he's not actually responsible for currently, but in the future he will be based on your choices?
But
right?
Well, it's so funny to me. She's like, what did she say?
He's not responsible.
To give him half of my financial burden, but
Literally, you are trying to give him half of your financial burden. What are you talking about? How are you not?
I'm looking for a partner, and I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals.
I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals. So you're looking for somebody that also wants that financial burden taken off his back? It's just so funny to me, bro. The level of just, they want just so much equality. Life isn't fair, dude. When I was in corporate sales for the past decade before I started doing YouTube full time, there's high performers, low performers, and guys in the middle. Some months you crush, some months you don't. There's not a lot of equality when it comes to sales and hitting numbers in corporate. Anybody that's in sales right now, you get it. And sometimes it's okay to not be on top because you got next month and you got next week. You got to, you know what I mean? But it's just always wanting so much equality that blows me away. Because us as men, we understand hierarchies. Marquette Devon talks about this. If you haven't watched his content, you definitely should. He was on the Fresh and Fit podcast when he talks about this. Somebody, I can't remember the name of the author, but they wrote a book about boys and girls left to unstructured play. When boys are left to unstructured play and conflict arises, the boys build a hierarchy and then they have conflict resolution and they continue playing the game. When girls are left to unstructured play, conflict arises and they completely just stop playing the game. That's how it works. It's because that whole egalitarian system. If you haven't seen Bear Grylls' The Island, I have a video of it. I'll tag it here at the very end. If you haven't seen it, dude, it's absolutely hilarious of what they go through. The women almost die of like freaking liver disease. Or like they're having like kidney failure, not liver disease. I'm stupid.
You stupid.
They have like kidney failure the third day while they're on the island. It's absolutely hilarious. So go watch it. It's Bear Grylls' The Island. I'll tag it at the very end of this. But Loki, did you have a good time today? I hope you did, bud. You're such a good boy. Can you get all the way on your place for me? Thank you, sir. God, you're so cute. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.